Hello, welcome to this update. Let's see the Western Pacific, what's happening. So we have Tropical Storm Gaemi there. It's right near the Philippines there. And there's Tropical Storm Prapiron there, making landfall in southeastern China. So let's see. Uh, this is for Tropical Storm Gaemi here. It will probably become a typhoon there, pass just north of Taiwan, or maybe hitting Taiwan and going to China there. So some 80 knots, 70 knot winds. So let's see. Wait. What else they have for this? So this is the current satellite imagery. Lots of deep convections, the graphic, and then most models take it towards China and Taiwan, but some take it towards South Korea there, but mainly towards China. Let's see, some other models, one takes it towards Korea, but all take it towards China and Taiwan, and the southernmost islands of Japan there. So let's see, but eventually this might curve north and affect Korea as the remnants. So let's see what will happen here. So first the rainfall. So the rainfall has increased a lot in the path of this, but mainly in some areas. So first in the southern islands of Japan, so they have like more than 200 millimeters, 267 millimeters, 241 in the next 5 days. But take a look at Taiwan there. It has increased to more than 500 millimeters in some of those hills in valleys in Taiwan, 559 millimeters in parts of southern Taiwan. So let's compare the next 3 days, around 200, 300 millimeters, 400 just in the next 3 days. So, and then in the next 5 days, almost 600 millimeters in Taiwan. So this system will affect Taiwan very heavily. So be aware there and stay safe from this system. So let's see the track here. Wait. So they have it as a moderate typhoon passing just south of the southernmost island of Japan there. So very near Yonaguni and near there, but it's not projected to affect very much those other islands further north, but there will still be some heavy rain, large waves and gusty winds there. But this will mainly be just south of the southernmost islands there and passing right through northern Taiwan. They have it. So please make preparations in Taiwan, mainly for this rainfall and flooding coming, but also for the strong winds from the typhoon in the northern areas of Taiwan. So please be careful. Japan in the next 5 days, just like in parts of western, northwestern Japan, near Akita, more than 100 millimeters. Some other areas around 24 millimeters, 21 millimeters in some other areas, 22. So nothing big, except for the islands. There will be more rain, more than 90 and 80 millimeters in the islands there. So, but the worst will be in Taiwan there and those southernmost islands. So, and then after Taiwan, this will make landfall in China, probably weaker, but you go there. More than 300 millimeters expected already in some areas, 200 millimeters. And let's see in the next 10 days, as the cycle goes further north, the remnants might bring more than 300 millimeters in parts of northern China. So let's see, and this affects North and South Korea too, with more than 100, even 200 millimeters. And then some remnants might try to go towards Japan too and leave more than 100 millimeters between the next 5 and 10 days, mainly in western and northern Japan in the next 10 days. So yeah, let's see, further north too, but Russia is not projected to get very much from this as it was before. So let's see in the Philippines. So this in the next 5 days, the European has more than 400 millimeters just in the next 5 days in the Western Philippines. So next 3 days around 200 and something, next 5 days more than 300. So please be careful, 400 millimeters in some areas there just in the next 5 days. So please be careful with flooding and heavy rain there in the Philippines. So let's see. Further south here, some areas of more than 100, but not many areas. Some odd areas there, 25 millimeters. Let's see. In these northernmost islands, more than 100, but nothing crazy. It'll be worst in the western Philippines there, so northwestern Philippines. So that's the Euro. Let's see the GFS. It also has. Why is this in inches? Wait. It has more than 200 millimeters in parts of the Philippines, more than 300 in some areas. So I think the capital of the Philippines is around one of these areas here, but the worst will be just further north, around 400 millimeters in some areas there of the northwestern Philippines. So, and for Taiwan, the GFS has more than 800 millimeters of rain just in the next 5 days for Taiwan. I think the GFS is exaggerating on this, but you never know. So it has more than 600, 700 and almost 800 millimeters of rain just in the next 5 days for Taiwan. So please be careful there. Let's see. And there's this other model here. So this other model from Japan has the worst of the rain passing like through the southern islands, more than 500 millimeters in the next 3 days. But for Taiwan, it also has more than 500 millimeters in some areas. So it depends. Let's see the icon in the next 5 days. Has the worst in Taiwan, more than 300, 500 millimeters throughout many areas of the island. Let's see, 100 and something for the southern islands, 200 millimeters. Yeah, for eastern China too, more than 200 and almost 300. So stay safe there, make preparations for this typhoon, and let's see what the projected winds are. So they say it might be 165 miles per 65 kilometers per hour sustained winds when this gets near Taiwan, but you can see all the heavy rain just in front of it, like torrential rain affecting Taiwan even before the system arrives. So let's see, and it might pass Taiwan and weaken into China. So before it was a 165 kilometers per hour, and before it gets to China, it will be like a 130 kilometers per hour typhoon. So it will weaken, but still a category 2 or category 1 typhoon there. So please be careful. But as it passes just in the north of Taiwan there, it might have 165 kilometer per hour winds there, and the gusts might be higher, about 175 or something. So please be careful there in northern Taiwan. So especially with this torrential rain coming, that's the main hazard. So let's see some models. Let's see Western Pacific. So they have the system there. So the GFS has it make landfall in the north of Taiwan and the southern islands as a 949 major typhoon, but I think this is exaggerated because the other models have this weaker, but then it weakens and goes into China there, and the remnants bring rain to China, Russia, and Japan there. So it also has the heavy rain in the Philippines there, but please make preparations in Taiwan. This is a serious storm. So let's see the European. It has the cyclone there is a 953 typhoon making landfall there. So this will, in the US, this will be a category 3 hurricane, or high-end category 2. So moderate to strong, maybe strong typhoon. And then it weakens only a little bit before it gets to China by the European. So very dangerous situation. And let's see the Canadian. It has it weaker than the euro and the GFS, only around category 1, around 977 typhoon as it gets into Taiwan and China there, and even weaker as it gets into China. But yeah, be careful, please. Let's see if the European has more stuff later or not. So let's see here. Currently it doesn't have anything else later, but the GFS has. So let's see here. The GFS has that, but then it tries to form another system there later. Then it kind of goes north and wanders there, but nothing big. But in the main areas there, it doesn't have any other consolidated cyclone, just more heavy rain in those areas. Maybe something trying to form by the beginning of August, but nothing big. Let's see. There's this other system just made landfall in Hainan there, going into southeastern China. So just a weak tropical storm there into southeastern China, like around 30 knots or something, maybe tropical depression. So just be safe there from some heavy rain and stuff. So from this system, it will not go very much into southeastern China. Sorry if I said northeastern, this is southeastern China. So it will go more into Vietnam than China. So in the next 5 days, the has more than 200 millimeters in northern Vietnam, 225 millimeters, 134. So this will mainly affect northern Vietnam there. And in the next 2 days, it has like almost 200. So be aware, northern Vietnam there, and also southeastern China, some other storms and rain. In the next 5 days, there are more than 100 millimeters of rain and 200 for parts of Laos still, and northeastern Thailand, and even northern parts of Laos there, and other parts of Vietnam, more than 100. Northern Cambodia and southern Vietnam, a lot of heavy rain too, more than 100 millimeters in the next 5 days. Parts of southern Vietnam will get more storms too. So let's see, especially these coastal areas of Cambodia and southeastern Thailand. So more than 200 millimeters it has for the next 5 days in those areas there. So 200, 100 millimeters. Yes, so be careful there. And also with some scattered storms from time to time in other areas. So let's see, in Myanmar has more than 200 millimeters in southern areas there, so very robust monsoon. Please be careful with the heavy rains. Parts of coastal Myanmar there, it has more than 200, 300 millimeters in some areas, 222 millimeters. So please be careful there, Myanmar. Let's see. And all the way to like southern Thailand here, some areas more rain too. Indonesia and Malaysia are quite calm, just some isolated storms from time to time. More rain Borneo, some central parts of Indonesia, but most rain will be around New Guinea there. So let's see. And India has a very complex situation, so a lot of storms ongoing there these days. So more than 400, 500 millimeters of rain possible in eastern India because of these storms. 200, 300, 400 millimeters of rain possible for central eastern India. So a lot of storms there during these next few days. Be careful. And through western India, more than, let's see, wait, more than 300, 200 millimeters along the coast in the next 5 days, and in those foothills near the coast. So be careful there too with the monsoon and everything. Westernmost India around 200 millimeters. In Pakistan, some rain in the north and in the south too, and some rain around Kyrgyzstan, but nothing big. But Kazakhstan and southern Russia will get more storms in those areas. let's see, northern Mongolia is still combating a lot of systems, like extratropical systems, so a lot of storms and rain there, going through Russia too. So yeah, more parts of China, some storms in central China, and even before this typhoon gets there, there already be storms in North Korea and northern China. And let's see something here really quick. Wait, here. So I want to show you some more information for India here. So they say extremely heavy rainfall in West Madhya Parish, some very heavy rainfall in some other parishes. So you can pause to read this if you want, but I want to show you the warnings they have down here. So Northwest India, let's see, that they have a lot of information here, but today currently they have some red warnings for rain in parts of western India and central India, some orange warnings for storms too in central India, more rain advisories, some wind advisories in the west, thunderstorm advisories in other areas. So please be careful with these storms and heavy rain in western and central India, and later going to like eastern India. So please be careful. And this is it, I think. Make preparations in Taiwan for this typhoon and warn others.